A red carpet welcome for Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the White House as Washington and New Delhi look to deepen defense and technology cooperation. The US has given the green light for major defense deals as it hopes for a tighter defense relationship to wean New Delhi off its dependence on Russian military supplies. Washington signed off on, quote, a trailblazing agreement for technology transfer for engines. That says India is set to procure US-made high-precision drones. Major technology deals also expected to be signed as experts view the Indian Prime Minister's visit as a catalyst for American firms to invest in the South Asian country. Amongst them, US chip giant Micron's pledge to pour more than $800 million into an assembly and testing factory in India. For more, Kate Fisher joins us live from Washington, D.C. Kate, what does this heightened defense and tech cooperation mean for US-India relations?
Well, it is huge. As you say, the White House describing it as trailblazing, the level of investment, but also the level of technology sharing. This is technology that the US hasn't shared elsewhere in the world. And on a briefing call last night with the White House and reporters, they said to us that no partner is more consequential now and in the future than India. And I think they also said that the breadth and depth of the deliverables from this trip are unprecedented. So that just gives you an idea of how important the US sees this relationship with India and how much it wants to deepen it. And it is doing that by investing heavily in the country and sharing its defense and technology with the country as well. And as you say, one of the big things in that is semiconductors, a US company, the first one investing in India, building its own factory there, and also training up to 60,000 Indian engineers as well. So a huge amount, not just in talk, but in action happening here.
Kate, the lavish welcome we're seeing for Mr. Modi in stark contrast to his status in the US just a decade ago. Then he was persona non grata, and there are lingering concerns even now over his track record. Are these concerns likely to crop up during this particular visit?
Yeah, this is a really tricky area for the Biden administration. As you say, he was refused a visa to enter the US some years ago, and now he's been treated to a state reception, just the third world leader to do so in the Biden administration. So it is a huge turnaround. And yes, this will come up. There are likely to be protests around the city. Already 70 Democratic members of the US Congress have written to the president asking him to bring up these accusations of democratic backsliding and human rights issues with the prime minister during talks. The White House, senior White House official that we got to speak to last night was asked about this, and he said, yes, the president will not shy away from bringing up difficult topics, but that he will do so in a respectful fashion. He's very aware that the Indians do not take well to being lectured, as they say, in public over things. So this will be likely something that happens behind closed doors, but that it will be raised. But it's difficult for the White House because Joe Biden has said that his foreign policy is centered on these human rights issues and the struggle between autocracy and democracy. But at the same time, he really needs India as an ally as China's rise continues. And so he's got to find a way of making sure that he does hold Mr. Modi to account, but also keeps him on side. It's a difficult line to tread. And I think Joe Biden is likely to face some criticism if it is not noted in some public forum. There will be a press conference, which is unusual. Prime Minister Modi doesn't usually give press conferences. So I think that is likely to come up during that as well.
Thanks for that, Kate Fisher, speaking live to us there from Washington, D.C.